Hey guys, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in. Just doing a little shop cleanup here today at BA Service and Repair. That's what happens when you put Meeper in charge of sweeping. Looks like he's still got himself in a tangled mess. Anyway, I'm going to show you guys how we get this floor cleaned here. There used to be a pit down in there. We had the pit removed, so we put in this 2-post lift to get the cars in and out a little easier. But I'm going to show you a little bit of the process, what we do to clean this floor. So I start off mixing this stuff in with my soap water here. So I just got some hot water, got a mop head here. We mix some of that in there. You see the suds. So we're gonna start by scrubbing that first. Dogger says, what's going on? So if I'm doing just a basic clean, I just get it wet down with that Wicked Good soap, and then I'd scrub some of the oil spots and get it sprayed out. But you can see this floor is pretty dark in color, pretty oil stained. I think this concrete was poured like in the late 40s, early 50s. But we're going to show you how to bring this thing back to life and give it a good spring cleaning. So then I take this stuff here. This is a pretty strong acid. We sprinkle a little bit of that on the ground, let it do its little activation work. I'll show you guys that process here. You do want to be careful though, it is corrosive. Always wear your gloves, make sure you're pretty well ventilated. Make sure you don't have some boots on that you really care about, because it will start to eat away at the boots. So I found that out the hard way. But let's get this sprinkled down. So the powder itself's orange, but as you sprinkle it in, when it finds the oil spots, it turns a real like corrosive green looking. So it always gets real heavy buildup around here. This is where we do a lot of our oil changes at. So you get little oil drips, spills, whatever. So we're gonna bring this concrete back to life. So we're getting it spread on here. Brian was asking me, he said, I don't remember doing this last time. I said, well, last time we did it, I normally just used Gain powder soap I got right there. It does really well most of the time, but we're doing a pretty heavy spring cleaning here. It's been a while with all the salt, road grime, whatnot, so we'll make sure we get this thing deep clean. So you can see where it's changing from the orange to the green, and we're gonna kind of scrub all that in and let it soak for a few minutes, and then we'll hose it out. Yep, so we got it all scrubbed down real good. It's been soaking here for about, I don't know, 5-10 minutes. I'm gonna grab the hose and start wetting it down, and we'll squeegee it out the door here. So we'll kind of give you guys a view of that. Just a sec, turn the hose on. Flip a few rails of the hose out here. Okay, so I'll show you guys how good this stuff works here. You can just see it pulling all that up. The other thing is I know you can't feel it because you're on the other side, but like where the grime and stuff's still at, it's super slick. But once you hose that off, it's like a basketball court. Like it just stops. So we'll get all this hosed out. We'll take a look at it. We'll dry it up, and I'll show you guys the finished product. So we got it all squeegeed out, getting the floor dried up here. We put a couple blue fans on it just to help dry it quicker so we can get back to work on our next job. But you can already see how big of a difference it's made. I'm gonna take a little dry mop here, run around, hit some of these heavy water spots that are sticking down in all my floor cracks, whatnot. We're hoping to get some new concrete, but maybe later in the year we'll rip all this out and re-pour. So thanks guys for tuning in. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that like and subscribe. There's Brian and Meeper over there hanging out, waiting on the floors to dry. So thanks again. See you later. Dog says, thanks for cleaning my floor, guys. It looks real good.